Boom. What's up, guys? What is happening? We are starting, if you didn't know. Good morning, everyone. By the way, how was your weekend? How was your Halloween? How much candy did you really eat? How much candy did you really eat? 7 months, BP the bot. At a tier 3. BP, you are legend. You are legend. Guys, we had a blast. We had a blast on Sub Saturday. Thank you. It was cracking. We will do it again every Saturday. First part of the stream on Saturday will be subs with Warzone, and then in the evening it'll be Among Us. Actually had a blast on the game. So we're going to be doing that every Saturday. We do have a queue set up, so when you come in, just know. Let me make sure I'm catching up with everything. BP, thank you so much. 7 months. You are the man. You ate some of your brother's candy. I ate candy that my daughter got, and I don't even like candy that much anymore. Ton of candy. No candy, but grilled on the Weber. That's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, great to have you here. Just to let you know, you have a pillowcase full. You know, you can imagine growing up with raising 6 kids. Our Halloween nights were like massive amounts of candy. And the kids were young, they'd go to bed. And at that time, I could eat a lot more candy than I can eat now. Guess who has their PC set up? Whoop! All right, Wolf, does that mean you're going to be playing with us tonight? I love it. Trigger Tyler, thank you. The beard's got 5 more months to go before it gets to the 1 year point. And then my wife really wants me to shave it off, but everyone keeps telling me not to. Yeah, guys, BP the bot, you might want to give his stream a look. He is grinding out some Valorant. He's really becoming a great player. I hope you don't shave it off. That's not my plan, but my wife... Listen, you know what it'll be? If it becomes enough of a part of my brand, then that's what's gonna make it have to stay. Keep it. Just cut off 7 inches. Wow. Yeah, Tang's been grinding a lot of Rocket League. All right, so guys, what we're going to be doing Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. That means Chicago, Texas time. So if you're in California, that's like 8 a.m. If you are in New York, that would be like 11 a.m. It'll be a 1 hour. People have asked to bring back Street Talk. And I'm gonna blather on for about an hour about opportunities in gaming, esports, everything, as well as instruction, how-tos, opinions, Q&As, everything that you guys want out of this. I'll try to make a very specific subject every day so that so that we can stay focused. And then I'll post this content on YouTube the next day or later tonight. So we're going to be doing a lot of talking about a lot of stuff. You're just going to hear me, go on and on about my opinions of things that will help you be able to continue moving down the path of careers or income opportunities in gaming and esports. What's up, Moon? What's happening? Wife is going to say cut a little eventually. Yeah, she is. My wife's going to want me to cut it. Haven't played in a week. All right, we'll be on. I'll be on. I'll probably stream every night until about 8 o'clock. Get the content uploaded to YouTube, different things. So, yeah. And I saw someone put in, do I have to do push-ups? I got to do push-ups. Hold on. There you go. Check out my new vid on TikTok. You're going to love it. My TikTok is, I did. I just saw that, Storm. I just saw that. I think you were the one that came to the rescue about the toxic people, and I appreciate it. I love it. I did. I just watched it a few minutes ago. Sorry I couldn't join the lives. I have lots of school. Buddy, no worries.
No worries at all.
Listen, everyone's busy. Everyone's busy. That's why I'm going to put these Street Talks on YouTube. You can see them. You can go see the TikToks I'm doing throughout the day. Starting now, I'm going to be pouring into you guys everything that I've researched, everything that we're doing, everything that works and doesn't work, what I see coming, what I see failing. We're going to take you along the journey, and it's going to be, again, very specific topics. So maybe cut it a bit, but don't shave it all off. My wife wants me to go back to just scruff. If you go back to my early TikTok videos, you can see where she wants me to bring it back to. All right, listen. Let's get into Street Talk. I will be playing Warzone here starting at 11 o'clock, unless these go a little bit long. So if you're here for gameplay, that'll be starting shortly. So, Sugar with the host. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
If you're going to be editing this for YouTube, you should probably have a full screen cam overlay so it's not just caught. I will. I just didn't have the time this morning. I've been up since 6:30 answering content messages. I will have a full cam view. I just don't have it yet. Let me see if it's even working yet. Hold on. Watch this. Yeah, see, I got to get it working. I will get it working starting tomorrow. Wife is boss. Wife is boss. Okay. I will have the, let me see if I could do it really quick. Do you think I could do it really quick? Tattooed Historian with the host. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here to join Warzone Regiment and get the stream and create better content. Love it, Narco. We'll get everyone into the regiment. If you put your information, Tane can actually probably help with that, getting into the regiment. If not, I will do it. I kind of forgot how, but it has to be in the game if you get me your information. Yeah, let me see if I can do it. Let's see how quickly I can do it. So stand by. Stand by. I think I can do this pretty quickly. Ready? Oh, you're not able to help with that? Okay, we'll get it. Oh, that's right. We'll get Evil or someone to help with that. Let me see if I can do this really quick. Stand by. Watch this. I'm still here, but I'm going to watch this. I'm going to add a camera. So stay there. Don't go anywhere. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's okay. That's okay. We got this. Stand by. I'm still here, guys. I'm going to see if I can do this. I think I can do this pretty quickly. So stand by. We're going to add a camera. Let me see if I get this right. Almost there. Hold on, that's not the right one. One more try. If this doesn't work this time, I'll change it. I mean, I'll do it tomorrow. So stand by. Let me get rid of this. I'm working on this, guys. I think I can get it done quickly. Just stand by. Stand by. One more try here. All right, we're going to add a video capture device. Look at that. Here it is right here. Watch this. I think I got this. I think I got it. It might not be perfect. All right, we're going to put that here. We're going to move this down here. Let me see. I think I got it. Are you ready? Look at that. How's that? I'm forced to host a Warzone tournament. We're going to do a Rocket League. I think Rocket League should be the second tournament we do, by the way. Look at that. Boom. We got it. I'm right here, guys. This is our new Just Chatting screen. So this will be the screen for the show that we do starting out. You should shave the beard on stream. Moon, you actually want me to shave it? I got 5 more months to grow it. We'll take a vote. All right, listen, let's get into the topic. This is what I've been thinking about. I think this is a good place to start for the first episode, the first returning episode of Street Talk. So, I want to talk about how big the industry is. I'm going to try to look at chat as well as I do this so that I can make sure you guys, if you have specific questions along the way, put them in chat. You do have to be subbed to play on Sub Saturday. Yes, and that's the day that I play. I have very specific people that I play with throughout the week. Okay, let's talk about esports and gaming. Let me just make a very strong statement right out of the gate, okay? And Tang, help moderate if you have the time here with comments or questions in case I missed them. Okay, let me make a very bold statement. So I'm an old guy. I'm 57, okay? I've seen the advent of pagers, the cell phone, the personal computer, the internet, all of those advancements. I've seen all of them. I've been alive through all of them. And I've had all the technology all through all those years. So let me be very clear about this statement. In my opinion, gaming and esports is going to have a bigger impact on the entire world than all of those. Think about that for a second. Hashtag never shave. So if someone has more gaming experience, what do you believe caused the stigma on esports, and how do we fix it as a community? What advice do you have to help people see that esports is going to continue to grow? That feeds right in. That's a great question. So making the statement of how big I believe it's going to be, I want you to understand that there are several things that are happening right now. We're going to talk about esports in a second, but let's talk about gaming. Number one, gaming, because of technology advancements, right? Internet speeds and internet access around the world is exploding. There are, I think it's by next year, 53% of the world's population is going to be gaming. Now, a lot of that explosion has to do with mobile. There's a lot of things like in India with populations where technology is beginning to grow, internet access, those kinds of things. But the point is, think outside the U.S. Gaming is absolutely 100%. Well, I shouldn't say. I don't have numbers to bring up. I'll start bringing up numbers with time. But it's having a massive impact because more and more people are going to it. Now, that's one part. Playing the games is one part. But think of all the industries that are affected. Learning to be a pilot, learning to be a race car driver, learning to drive trucks, controlling drones, satellite controls, learning to be a surgeon. Gaming has had a massive effect way outside of even just playing games, okay? You've got to understand. That's why I say the impact is so big. That being said, when you look at the influence, the technologies, the job opportunities, everything to go along with developing resources that are coming from gaming is massive. This is one industry that has almost no limits right now. I want to make sure that I keep up with questions here as well. Lately, I've been starting to think about esports in the context of traditional sports. I've been contemplating League of Legends, soccer. Yeah, so let's talk specific about esports for a second, because that question came up. Traditional sports on every platform, even before COVID hit, is losing viewership. It's losing viewership and ticket sales and attendance. Now, it may not be massive, and different sports are being effective differently. Soccer, football. Soccer is still the number one sport in the world. But everything is losing viewership. Everything is. So right now, the big issue with esports in the industry is that the 1% is where all the money's being spent. A lot of these venue owners, the Jerry Jones, the Ray Davises, these people that know the professional traditional sports industry incredibly well, know that they need to hedge their bets, right? And they look at esports as a way to hedge the bet of where the future is going to go. So they invest money in different esports arenas or programs because they see it happening, but they're not fully invested. Like Ray Davis and the Rangers organization just built an amazing new stadium here in Arlington, and the World Series is going to be held, or whenever the World Series is going to be held there. Now, so that's still going to happen. And it's going to be around for a long time. But there's a growing demographic change. There was a post in, I think, the New York Times. There was an op-ed, I think it was, if I remember, that said every day that a traditional sports fan dies, right, we get old and die, 2 esports fans are born. Now, if you want to have a taste of what's going on, here's what I recommend. I recommend that you go to Netflix, and in Netflix, there is a series called 7 Days Out. 7 Days Out. That series is different events that are a week out from that major. Like there's a dog show and a restaurant opening and the Kentucky Derby, those kinds of things. But there's one on League of Legends. Even if you've never played League of Legends and you don't care about League of Legends, you need to watch this series because it'll open your eyes to the size and capacity of what's happening in esports. Now, COVID hit, obviously, put a major wrench on all the live events that could be happening, like this year, next year, the League of Legends World Championships are supposed to be held again at the Nest Arena in China, which was like 80,000 people were there last time, but they're not doing it. And so that's had an effect, but that's only a slowing effect and an adjustment effect. Now, when we talk about esports, the challenge with esports is multifold, okay? Everyone's jumping on the esports bandwagon, starting with, like, Tang is working with middle and high school in an organization that's working with esports programs. I fully support esports programs in schools because it does, all the data's out there, it does increase grades get better. People that are socially, outcast, if you will, from sports or music or arts or whatever are now able to come back into a community they feel very passionate about and feel as though they can belong to and enjoy. And like I said, grades go up. There's so many positive benefits to it being there. However, education, especially when we get into secondary education in colleges, it's difficult to manage esports correctly, in my opinion. So esports starts very young. And then it gets in, college as a whole. We'll do a whole specific probably topic. Matter of fact, on November 11th, I'm doing Tang will, he's been waiting for me to say, Tang will be, I will be doing an hour and a half presentation on a Zoom call, and I will live stream it with Tarrant County Community College's administration, staff, students, and other people about college esports, about professional esports, about things that we're offering, things that we're doing. But I have very strong opinions about how it's managed and how it's done. Now, esports in general is a very vague, very big thing, okay? And esports has typically been what? It's typically been us watching competitive play like CSGO and Call of Duty and Fortnite. And Fortnite is, I don't really put Fortnite in the esports category, but because battle royales are hard to do esports competitive programs, but Overwatch and Rocket League and those kinds of games, the challenge is that everyone first thinks to themselves, number one, if TCC is hiring an esports director, I don't know. I talked to them. I actually went down to the campus, and that's why they've been in touch with me regularly to do this. And now with COVID, and we're actually going to get this pulled off. But the esports is difficult because not everyone, so many people, when they think about having careers and opportunities in gaming / esports in this industry, number one, people typically think, I want to be a pro player. Number two, I want to be a streamer, right? Without thinking about things like coaches and broadcasters and video producers or show producers or content creators or script writers or people in the media that write about it. So it's the issue with that, though, is that esports is always going to be the 1%, just like in professional sports. There are going to be lots of other opportunities in esports to compete. We're going to start doing, I think we're going to start December 1st, our own tournaments within our Discord community. So if you are in Discord, you want to make sure, or you're not in Discord, make sure you're in our Discord. The link keeps popping up here. And we will, we're going to start doing tournaments. So there's plenty of esports competition opportunities, plenty of ways for you to earn a part-time income competing without having to go pro. Because guys, you got to understand, trying to make it as a pro player in esports is probably even more difficult than making it as a pro player in any other traditional sport, because there are so few slots. The other thing is that's very unique about esports is that it can start so young. Esports teams around the world are recruiting players at 7, 8, 9 years old. By the time they're 11, 12, 13, 14, they're heavily involved. And then by the time, if you look at Booga, who won the World Cup last year, you know, he's 17, and he's already saying he's kind of the middle age of competitive players at 17, right? Because by mid-20s, they're pretty much all leaving and retiring and going on to other things. Esports is going to be a massive, just understand this, it's going to have a massive impact on bringing money into gaming and into the industry, because the Jerry Jones and the Ray Davises and the other people that are in the sports entertainment world are going to continue to pour money in. People are going to have $40 and $60 million franchises to have a team. That brings awareness. In the same way, let me make this point because this is really important too. When I was young and skating and had a BMX team, I was on a skateboard team and a BMX team. It was, no one had the concept of being able to make any money in that sport. And then when I kind of got out of it and I was racing road bikes and then mountain biking came in, I got heavily involved in all of that. Something happened. Well, two things happened. You had guys like, so in my day, Tony Alva, go look him up. He was kind of one of the first early big name professional skaters. Actually came to where we built this giant half pipe and skated. But Tony Alva, and then you had, who do you guys all know? Tony Hawk, right? Tony Hawk came in, and then what happened as well around that time? The X Games. So people in the skating industry got all bent out of shape. Oh, they're going to ruin it, and it's just terrible, and our culture is, you know, listen, be professional. When the X Games happened, it brought massive awareness and financial opportunity to people at all kinds of levels in the skateboard industry. Skateboard sales went up, components went up, gear sales went up, job opportunities went up, opportunities to compete and earn money all went up. It was an incredibly valuable and important thing to have happen to skating. The same thing is happening already in esports. People have been competing in gaming since gaming started, right? The first tournament, the first official esports tournament, I think I did a video on this, was like 1978. And the difference is there's been no real money in it. There's been no real money in it. Now, with all this money being spent on the 1% of venues and all these different things, you have money, big money being poured in. That's nothing but good for us. That's nothing but good for esports. On the other side of it, the problem with esports, the challenge they face is that the industry is so young. It's so young. You're talking young from the point of legal side, contract side, you know, monies, venues, what kinds of competitions, organizations, all the stuff that goes into it. While it looks like it's massively succeeding, it's still an incredibly, incredibly young industry. And it's got its growing pains because people are going to try to do things like, you know, when you look at the professional sports entertainment world, so, you know, franchises, you know, in traditional sports and venues around the world, big stadiums and those kinds of things, they're going to try to just pack esports into the structure that they've had with traditional gaming and traditional sports. It's not going to completely fit, and that's going to be a struggle for a bit, in my opinion, for them to get it right. In other words, you have to take the gaming culture as it is and adapt the professional level of structure that's there to gaming and esports, not the other way around. Because this community, gaming is a very different community. It's a very different culture, in my opinion. While we still are ravenous fans and we love to watch people compete and all that, our culture is different. It's different. And that's going to be a difficult, to a degree, adaptation for colleges and universities, as well as the professional, you know, venues and those kinds of things. So I'm going to watch that really closely and see how it evolves. And they'll get it right eventually. They'll get it right. And esports will be, I can tell you, I'll be really conservative. I'll go with the conservative side of people that are in the industry. In 15 years, let's just be conservative. In 15 years, esports will have more viewership, more attendance, more ticket sales, more interest than all the other traditional sports, soccer included, other ones that are, the other traditional sports are not going away anytime soon, but understand that the attention, and I did a video on this, guys, where the attention is where the opportunity follows. Where the opportunity follows is where the money follows. And so these people in the sports entertainment industry are people that, in the media agencies and industries and all of those, they understand. They're smart people. They're very smart people. And they recognize that these changes are happening. Now, not everyone's going to accept them. And a lot of people in my generation, older, are just never going to accept gaming or esports as a real sport. Okay, who cares? Who cares? Because we're all going to die, and you guys are going to take over anyway. So what you have to understand is that we're in an evolutionary process, and this is the frontier. And some frontier cities and little towns and whatnot are being built, but we have a long way to go in infrastructure. Now, I got to make sure I drink, or my voice will get really rough, and I won't be able to game at all today. Okay. One of the things people ask about, let me make sure I keep up with some of the comments here. I found it funny that the IOC was saying they don't recognize the International Association seeking to govern esports. An organization has never supported the scene. These are the kinds of things that we're running through, guys. The United States actually recognizes esports players as athletes. Now, that's important because of visas and those kinds of international exchanges. So it's funny how the world wants to fight esports, the traditional world, because they don't understand it. They can't get their heads around it. And for generations of gaming being out, decades of gaming being out, it's been nothing but this, right? Gaming in households. Get off the game, take the trash out, do your homework. Gaming's a waste of time. You're ruining your life by spending so much time. That mentality is going to go away naturally because my generation and older people are going to die. So I literally, who cares? Who cares about I'm a unicorn in my generation, clearly. My generation in general, and there are lots of people like me. I'm not the only unicorn, but they're going to die. These organizations that want to fight or not recognize esports as sports are narrow-minded and have no vision beyond the immediate. They see their own industries failing. They're trying to focus on getting those industries back, traditional sports and whatnot. They're going to go away. It doesn't matter. Esports is exploding, and very smart people are recognizing it, and that's why they're pouring money into it right now. I remember when people were saying that X Games is going to kill skating, motocross. Exactly. I was there. I remember the first X Games. I was in those sports. And I remember people that I was great friends with, people that I worked with and skated with, and all complaining. And I'm thinking to myself, are you a moron? Like, are you seriously not? Are you seriously? I shouldn't use words like moron. Sorry. Are you just that blind to what this is going to mean for all of us? And a lot of them were. And so the same kind of thing is happening here, guys. We have to be excited that money's being poured in. Now, let me say something and make this point. The reason I started Delta V Esports was because I saw this disparity, and it still exists. And it was reinforced when I went to an event this January. And I talked with the national director of marketing for DreamHack. Great guy. He did a presentation. He was part of the panel on the stage. I talked with him after, and I said, hey, what do you see as the biggest problems in esports? And he said there are two. And it fit right in exactly why I started Delta V. Number one, all the money's being spent on the 1%, which we recognize. We've talked about that. The venues, the franchises, the developers that are having these tournaments, that are millions and millions of dollars. Number two, there's no pathway of development to these opportunities. Well, guess what? That's exactly why I started Delta V Esports, because we have created 8 development pathways to be able to get to career opportunities in the gaming and esports industry. No one is doing that. Now, just to give you a little bit of history, I was going to open the doors officially here April 1st of this year. Well, middle of March 17th or whatever it was, we got a state order where we couldn't open up our doors. And so here we sit, not being able to bring people in and train. What we're going to do instead now is we're going to pour this into you guys via the stream, like StreetTalk. We're going to pour this into TikTok videos, to YouTube content, to all the social media platforms, and we're just going to pour it out there and be able to help you guys start to gain a foothold in the pathway that you want. And understand, there's so many ways in this industry. We think about being a player so much, or a streamer, and those are great. Player is the hardest, guys. It's the hardest way to make a living or to get a career option in gaming. I'm just saying it's the truth. Streamer is very easy to get into, but difficult to succeed at, though it's very legitimate. And that's why I'm spending so much time on my stream, part of the reason. But you got to understand, there are things like coaching and broadcasting and producing and content creation and IT. There are so many things, all of which we're going to be teaching, that allow you to get into this industry that you love. So you don't have to be, I have people in my TikTok coming in saying things like, well, I'm not a great player, I'll never have a chance to do anything in this industry. It's false. So many things don't require you to be a great player. They just don't. I mean, if you're going to be a broadcaster, maybe you're an amazing analyst or an amazing voice and you understand game strategy, but you're not really great at it, but you understand it, and you could be a broadcaster. I mean, come on. There's so many ways, all the ways that we're going to teach and all the ways that we'll provide. The other thing that Delta V is going to do, just because people have asked a lot of questions about this, Delta V is going to be a worldwide organization. We will have locations like this worldwide, but we're going to create an international ecosystem online and in physical locations that will have opportunities within our own ecosystem and our own culture. So that if you want to, for example, if there are tournaments going on in Sweden and they need a broadcaster and you're in our broadcaster training development program and you're a certified broadcaster in our system, then you can hire out through our system to people that are looking for that stuff, or coaching, or you see what I'm saying? That's what we're going to build. It's going to take time to do that, but that's what we're going to build. So you can be part of this ecosystem and have opportunities. Look, not everyone wants a full-time career anyway, right? Some people just want to make $300 a month to make a car payment or something. I mean, that's a lot of money, and those are the kinds of things you can do. The industry is changing too. Did you see that Sony and Microsoft have announced they're working on the next-gen systems having full cross-playability, not just game-specific? Yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. This is the kind of stuff. The industry is not stupid. Sometimes they're just slow. You're talking is trying to change a cruise ship direction like you would a dinghy, or a little speedboat, a ski boat. They just can't do it. But they're very smart people if they can understand, and they understand the changes they need to make, and it's going to happen. X Games gave birth to that generation of athletes: Travis Pastrana, Tony Hawk, Shaun White, etc. Esports will give generation of athletes: Bingo Fabian, Faker. Absolutely. Absolutely. And those names will be replaced by you guys. Those names will be replaced by people like StreetTalk Eater. I had to throw that in there. You should use Spotify or some other stuff for podcasts so people can listen. Yeah, I will be taking the audio from this as well and putting it on Spotify, Apple Music. Yeah, we'll be doing that as well. I appreciate you reminding me. It's just all work that we have to get done. Okay, so let's get back to the opportunities. Esports is going to be what's going to be in the public eye. It's going to be where the attention is going to be, right? And we understand that, and that's okay. But it's not where the bulk of opportunities are. Let me give you an example. If you ever follow someone if you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, Gary V, you'll recognize something that is very important. And he says this when how do you look? What businesses do you look to invest in and whatnot? So Gary Vaynerchuk, by the way, is a 7-figure investor, a small investor in the Minnesota Rocker, the Call of Duty franchise, the Call of Duty team. He always looks for businesses that are bricks that are picks and shovels. So when you think about the California gold rush, right? Everyone was super excited. Get out, make millions. I'm going to find gold. How many people really became wealthy or successful by finding and mining gold in the California gold rush compared to the number of people that went to do it, right? The numbers are incredibly small comparatively. Who did make the money? The people along the way providing the other things like picks and shovels. Right? And pans and those kinds of things. They're the ones that made the money. That's what we're doing for you guys. I want you to number one, be assured that the opportunities are legitimate and real. Number two, know that we're creating pathways to help you get there. And number three, that you may not be the shining star of a Faker or, Tony Hawk or Shaun White. But let me ask you a question. This is something to think about as well, guys. Everyone knows that Mark Zuckerberg is the owner of Facebook. But who's the number 2 employee or the number 10 employee? You guys know? No one knows. But guess what? I guarantee you they're billionaires. I guarantee you they're billionaires, but you don't know who they are. So don't associate gaming esports opportunity with fame only. Please don't. the masses of us are going to prosper in this industry and not be known by people outside the industry, and oftentimes not even be known generally by people in the industry. And who cares? It's really important to understand that fame does not mean success. It just means you're famous. Now, there are a lot of successful, famous people, but, if you look at people, there are a lot of people that have come and gone in the YouTube or social media influencer world. There'll be a lot of people that have come and go in the gaming world and in the esports world, and you'll never have known who they are, but they made great lives or great livings. They were successful, and they went on to something else. Everyone now in the world wants to see, I want to be a famous esports pro player. A lot of times, let me just be real. You don't understand the responsibility that comes with that sometimes, especially when you're young. It's not being famous. Go look at there's another Netflix series on basketball. They talk a lot about Michael Jordan. Matter of fact, it might just be about Michael Jordan. I don't remember the name. But there's one scene in there, he's sitting in his hotel room, and that's his only refuge from the world, because the minute he walks out in the hallway or goes downstairs, he's mobbed. He can't go anywhere. Now, he's the most famous athlete arguably in the world, but just understand there are consequences that go, or there's responsibilities with that kind of being that well known, with all the negative, all the hate, all the people involved in your life in lots of ways. So don't think just because you're not famous, not popular, tons of people don't root and cheer for you, that you can't have amazing careers and opportunities in esports and gaming, because you absolutely can. Riven,
you better get in here. We need to play.
People are only going to want me talking for so long. I'm pulling Mobius here because this is the same stuff we've been talking about. I'm not sure what that means, Wolf. Honestly, as cool as it would be to be a pro player, I know I'll never get there, but I'd really love to be. That's what I'm talking about, Doughboy. Listen, it would be cool. Everyone thinks to themselves growing up as a kid, when I was a kid, I wanted to be in the NFL. That's what I mean, until I was like 16, I was playing football, played Pop Warner. I got into middle school. I got into high school football. Loved it. Then I realized I was never going to be any taller than 6 foot, and I was never going to weigh any more in high school than 170 pounds. I couldn't run fast, I couldn't jump, and I couldn't throw a ball very far. How much of a chance do you think I had to make it in professional football? Zero. I wasn't even going to make it to college. So I had to make an adjustment there. It doesn't mean I wasn't passionate about it, but I could have had a career if I wanted to be a broadcaster or a coach or an athletic trainer or all kinds of other things. There are plenty of other things outside of being a pro player and being well known. People depend on you. It's insane pressure knowing it is insane pressure. I know some very well-known people. I won't tell you who they are, but because I don't like name dropping, that kind of stuff, but it's pressure, because you become a leader. You become someone that people look to. And someone told me years ago that leadership is not a cloak of comfort, right? It's a robe of responsibility. And and a lot of people aren't ready for that responsibility, and it's hard to manage that. That's all. It just is like some people are meant to be, have the abilities to be in the NFL, and other people don't. It doesn't mean that they're valued any differently. It's just one has a skill set the other one doesn't have. One has attributes the other one doesn't have. Not everyone has the attribute to be able to handle the pressures of being a massive streamer, or to be a very successful player, or right, so on and so forth. Doesn't mean you can't have opportunities and careers in this industry. Self-awareness. I'm not a great gamer, but I'm a historian, play story. Listen, that's one of the big things. Again, if you talk about, I'm a Gary Vee fan. Self-awareness is a big thing he's talking about. You have to be self-aware. You don't have to be self-aware 100% right now, but you need to be working towards it, right? Mobius is a co-leader of my squad. He's my brother. We've been having the exact same convos with the guys about there are so many more aspects to give. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that makes sense. What's up, Hippos? What marketing tips do you have for people just starting in the industry? You know what? Why don't we talk about that tomorrow? That's a great topic. What time is it right now? It's 10:40. That'll be longer than a 20-minute conversation. Let's have tomorrow's topic be about marketing yourself, kind of, determining what direction you're going to go in, how you use the tools around you. That's a great topic for tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go into depth about that tomorrow. Okay, so let's get back into talking a little bit about esports. Well, let's see. I could go a whole other direction of that. When we're talking about gaming in general, how big this industry is going to be, how many of you really believe it's going to be as big as I mean, I'm not even talking, the projections are so out of whack right now. COVID's kind of messed it up, but you're talking about this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. This industry is going to revive. I'm not even just talking about gaming, like, you know, going against how many people watch professional baseball or how many people watch professional football or soccer or rugby or tennis or whatever. I'm talking about the industry as a whole. Give me some feedback. How big do you guys personally believe this industry is going to be? Yeah, that's so mobile gaming, guys, that's a whole nother level of things that we'll do that on another episode. Mobile gaming is massively, it's the fastest growing sector of gaming right now. It's the fastest growing sector. Mobile gaming is exploding. Why? Because so many people can have their phone and have access to a network and be able to game. You know, and there are a lot of games that are out there like Words with Friends or I don't know, whatever those, you know, like Bejeweled or whatever those games are. I don't play mobile games. But there's mobile Call of Duty, which is really huge and exploding. Mobile is going to be a massive part. The other part of it is, and we'll talk about at some point, VR, because I see someone says something about VR. VR in 20 years will be how gaming is done. Let's just be real. It's just not ready yet. It's not going to be ready for the next 10 or 15 years for the consumers. So many things to work out. But is it going to be? 100%. I started with Super Nintendo. Look how far it's come. VR's on the rise, and that's going to be massive. Yep. Some streams I've seen, COD Mobile, that's bigger. Absolutely. COD Mobile is exploding since. Yep. I mean, COD Mobile is probably one of the fastest, if you put it in an esports category, growing categories. It's massive. It is the fastest growing category right now. This sounds funny, but a Ready Player One style where I go to see gaming in day and obviously full extent. But I think, listen, if you Ready Player One is a level of the future. It's 100% what's going to happen in gaming and esports. You just have to give it time. We're talking 20, 25, 30 years, right? Big Beard Man, I'm doing great. Here's Frank. Hold on. I understand all those people seek the world with how beautiful. Yeah, that's a whole other thing about self-awareness. The Mitre 25, I appreciate that. I will do Masters, or do you want me to do a handstand hold? I'm not going to do a handstand hold on the show, but I'll do it after. I will do it. So I think there's going to be a distinction between VR titles, esports, traditional esports, much like traditional sports. I agree. I agree to an extent. I think you're going to see what we see right now is a huge division in different platforms and the way they deliver or we consume content. Mobile, PC, console, VR. There are so many ways that we can slice up. I think there's going to be a much more centralized, let's call it in 30 years, way that we engage. I think you're going to see, I don't know, for sure, but take something like VR. The anticipation, the enjoyment is at a whole nother level as we begin to kind of see where it can go, right? Because VR, the mind doesn't take the VR reality as being anything but real. And the level of complexity of interaction is so much more intense and so much more valuable to us as human beings. I could see where mobile gaming is still tied into VR experience. I could see where, I don't know that consoles will be around, maybe some other kind of device where it'll still be VR based. And then you'll have full blown competitive systems that are very VR based. That's so far down the road. We got to get into the basic establishments in the next 10 years, 15 years, like the efforts that we're making here with Delta V and all of the things that we're going to be bringing. Honestly, I can believe Ready Player One is one day possible. I mean, we now can. It's more than. I can tell you in my experience in watching the evolution of technology, it's more than possible. It's the reality. When I grew up watching Star Trek, I'm a big Star Trek fan. Think about the modern version, not the original TV series, but the ones that came out after. you have to understand that the, like holodecks, you don't think that people want to be a part of holodecks? It's not a question of, do we want that? It's where the money is going to be. And if the money's going to be there and that's where the attention is going to be, that's what we're going to want. And that's the development process that's underway right now. We're just technologically still a ways away from it. That's all. Filthy gifting. What? See, I don't have my alerts on this one. Woo! Thank you. Gifting 3 tier 1 subs. Guys, you are WOGs. I'm going to get you on the hat. I got to take pictures now because I have to do it offline and put people on the WOG hat. So let me get a picture here. Filthy, thank you so much. Guys, hype it up for him. It's very generous of you. And you guys are all going to be WOGs. Del Taco, Burger 1, Shadowblade, you're going to be WOGs. I'm excited for Delta V's future, man. Listen, Delta V, I'm not going to be shy about this. Before I get to these other comments, I'm never going to be shy about this. Delta V will be a $5 billion brand, worldwide ecosystem and culture of gaming and esports development within 10 years. Okay? That's the big picture. I don't share that with many people in that way, but I just want to be very clear since this is Street Talk, and I'm going to be fully transparent. It's going to take massive work to get there. We're going to get it done. It's happening now. It's very early, but we're going to be the player. If you want to have an opportunity in gaming or esports in our ecosystem and culture or outside of our ecosystem and culture, the gold standard will be, well, did you get trained at or are you part of Delta V? It just is. The big part of getting there financially, because COVID kicked us in the head a little bit, I underestimated some of the challenges and some of the how new this industry is when I started this, and so we've got to overcome some of that. I think that Delta V is a year or two ahead of its time, but it gives us time now to focus on other things to build it to its time, which is this stream. My intentions for this stream is to have it be the biggest stream in the world in 3 years. My target's 100,000 subs. That doesn't have anything about, has nothing to do with me. It has to be with, like, I don't have an ego in this. It has to do with me believing I have the talent to grow that and do it successfully so that I can pour all of that money and all of this training and all of this attention back into you guys, back into this ecosystem and culture, and back into everything that we want to do at Delta V. So I'm not shy about where we're going. And you guys are a part of it. That's the most exciting thing about this. You guys are here. I'm telling you, 10 years from now, you're going to look back, man, remember when, you're going to be telling your kids, remember when, Street was just doing that Street Talk and just starting out on a small stream and, and then look where it is now. That's where things are going. While I was doing that, I lost my cookie in my... I've done that 1,000 times. Think of the basic hardware to accessible... Yes, when VR goes for bulky headsets... Yes, listen, VR is not going to be what we expected now. I've watched listen, the first cell phone I ever saw in my life, and they were all by like general contractors that used them. You guys know what it is. It's a big joke. It was a big brick about that size, right? It was about that thick, and you couldn't put it on your hip. And all it was a phone with a big, long antenna, and it didn't have a very good battery, and the signal was really terrible. Look what it's turned into. Now you have computers. Now you have computers that you put in your pocket, right, with full worldwide access. It's insane. VR is going to evolve that way, whether it's glasses we wear, whether it's a chip option as an implant, whether it's contacts or something. The technology will catch up. You want to run my legal and data? We need it. We're going to need it. Stay tuned. Are you saying 100,000 amongst all Delta V member channels? No, I'm saying that the Street Taco Eater channel, the Street Taco Eater Nation Twitch.tv channel will have 100,000 subscribers within 3 years. And it's because of you guys. That's not to mention all of the other streamers in our community, the millions of people that are all going to be accessing this. I'm telling you. 78,000. Anything I can do from the UK? Absolutely, Unchained. Good to see you here. I haven't heard you.
Unchained is in the house.
Guys, we're growing. I'm lowballing myself. 100,000 subs within 3 years. No one's ever done 100,000 subs. I'm not talking followers. I'm talking subs. And all that money, guys, is pouring back into you. Listen. Let me be really transparent. Let me just set the industry and stuff aside for a second, okay? I'm 57. I have 6 kids my wife and I have raised together for 32 years. I have an amazing wife. We don't have the perfect family. We have our challenges, but we've worked really hard to have that. I'm very self-aware. I'm very confident in who I am. I don't need fame to help me feel better about myself. What I need fame is influence. The more people that I have attention from, the more opportunity I can bring to you. And the more opportunity I can bring to you, the more money I bring. This isn't about me going out and saying, hey, I'm going to go buy a new, Aventador, or look at the house I'm living in. And whoa, look, I couldn't give a rip. You know what I want? I'm being really transparent with you guys right now. You know what I really want? Besides, I want financial security for my family and my life again. I want my wife to be able to, spend time with the kids, and I want to travel around the world to events and to our facilities and help you guys. There's one thing that I want. There are a couple of small things I want. I do want to save up, and we were talking about it last night. I want a 2018 or 19 or 20. You ready? Triumph Bonneville Bobber Black motorcycle. I've wanted one for a long time, and those are the kind of wants I have. I don't care about all the other stuff. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I am going to do a vintage VW bus for Delta V. That'll be really cool. But the bottom line is all of that influence, guys, it comes back to what you have to understand. What rules the world is attention. That's the commodity that we're training in the worlds of esports and gaming or other world. It doesn't matter. Attention is the commodity. The more attention I get, the more opportunity follows that. The more opportunity brings the more money, and I pour it all back into you guys and helping you have opportunities. That's what I'm doing this for. Lone Wolf. Look, I'm missing these. With a gifted sub. The original toxic booger. Thank you for that gifted. Thank you for that gifted. I appreciate that very much. Well, that's not the one I wanted. I'm going to get in trouble for that. I'm going to get in trouble for that. I don't want to get a DMCA violation on my first show. What am I missing here? I have an original iPhone. I still mess around to compare it to my iPhone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One less to go. Thanks, Lone. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, the motorcycle Wayfarer. It's go look it up. It's a Triumph Bonneville Bobber Black. Should I show you a picture of what it's going to look like? Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. See if you guys can see it. This is what it's going to be. I'll just show you right here. Hold on. This is selfish, guys. This is off topic. I'm just letting you know. Because I don't care about Ferraris and Lamborghini. I don't care. I've been through those phases in my life. This is just because this is what I need. I need a vehicle to get around town. Oh my goodness, come on. Let me get album. Here we go. Okay, this is the bike. This is what I'm gonna have. And this is my one kind of selfish indulgence. Let's see if you guys can see it. Wait, it's not gonna focus. It doesn't autofocus. That's it. That's my one indulgence. That's it, guys. That's it. That's my one indulgence. The fantasy dude came from TikTok. Let's build, baby. I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying to make fans. Love it. Love it. Love it. How my Halloween was great. I was here with you guys. We were playing Sub Saturday. Warzone to begin with, and the night we were playing Among Us, which was a lot of fun. A lot of people forget that sweat equity is just as if not more valuable than cash investment. Yeah, that's another great topic. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how you start, how you market, and all of that. So that'll be. But this is another topic that is really great. So all this stuff is important. The big question is everyone's mind and the door open for Riven. Is Riven here? Oh, when he comes by, I will have it up. What time are you going to be here, Riven? That's what I need to know. Aren't you already at the? He's not here right now. He's not here yet. I think so. He did bring me ice cream, by the way. He did. He brought me ice cream, and I ate them. And I think he brought himself ice cream, and I ate that too. So I probably owe him a little pint of ice cream. What's happened, nerd? I've been doing sweat equity and volunteer work for the past year. Listen, Tang is doing sweat equity and volunteer work with us right now. He's not getting paid anything yet. He's going to because he's really proven his mettle here. He's doing a great job. I did. I'll have to get you another one, Riven. Sorry.
I apologize. but ice cream was in the freezer and it was late.
I know. Sorry. What's up, Wami? Ribbon, I'm fired. Saturday was the best stream ever. That was a lot of fun, Killers. We're going to do that again. Sub Saturday every Saturday, starting off with Warzone and then Among Us at night. Okay, we're getting up on the hour. So let's just kind of wrap this up. Then I'm going to get into some gameplay. I'm going to do my warm-up and we'll start playing. Guys, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central to 11 a.m. Central. That's Texas time. So if you're in California, it will be 8 a.m. If you're in New York, it'll be 11 a.m. starting. I think we are all owed ice cream. Everyone go have your significant other get you some ice cream today. I'll be doing Street Talk. We'll take this, I'll slice this off. I won't even edit it much. We'll just put it out on YouTube. I will take the sound, the audio file out. I'll put it on Spotify and all the channels so you can listen to it as a podcast. We'll have all of those links coming up. Guys, we're making adjustments and working as hard as we can to get all the stuff on the back end coming. December 1st, Tang, I want you so mark this, guys. December 1st, we're going to do our first tournament play through our Discord community. So make sure you are part of Discord. Make sure you're part of Discord. The link is popping up here in Crazy or Like Crazy. We'll be having games. You want to make sure that you're voting for the game you want. Make sure you're in that sub community in Discord. Also, guys, if you want to, the Discord has all kinds of things that are growing. We're doing our best. We're looking for mods. There's a mod application will be coming out soon. We're looking for mods for the channel, is the Twitch channel as well. The games, we'll probably do a Warzone tournament, start small. Then we'll probably get into things like, we'll definitely do Rocket League and Valorant and Overwatch. All of those tournaments will be coming. Just be patient with us as we work through to make sure we do them right from the very beginning. I'm new startup streamer. What can I do to put more followers? Post on. Yeah, so Fantasy Dude, tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about, not specifically streaming, we're going to talk about how you grow in this industry, how you market yourself. That's going to be tomorrow's Street Talk, so make sure you tune in. My dog just turned off my phone. The only thing I've been taught anything is cookie eating, so that's we will be doing Valorant tournaments as well, BP, absolutely. What's up, Primus? I put out a special announcement just for subs in the sub chat on Discord. Yep, sub Saturdays are going to continue on. I loved it. You guys were amazing. We're going to continue to do that. Yeah, so the schedule will probably start the Warzone gameplay. I have to figure out exactly what the schedule will be, but probably like from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. or noon to 5 or something like that. I'll take a break for like an hour so I can grab some dinner, and then we'll do Among Us from like 6 to 10 or 6 to 11. That'll be sub Saturday, every Saturday. Street big news, I just got engaged. What? Congrats, Primus. Awesome. Congrats. Listen, I'm a big. I saw my wife. I'll tell you one quick story as we close up this episode. This is why I love that so much. I was sitting with my roommate in a room. My now wife walked into the back of this big room I was in. I turned around and saw her, and then I turned and looked at my roommate, and I said, "Hey, Pete, see that girl back there?" He turned around and looked at her. I said, "I'm in love with her." 6 months later, we were married. 3 months after that, we were engaged. 6 months later, we were married, and we've been married 32 years. So congrats, Primus. I love it. I think family is everything. That's awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up, and then we'll get warming up and whatnot. Riven's got to get here so we can do some serious gameplay. Every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time to 11 a.m. Central Time, I'm going to do these Street Talk. We'll have a different topic every time. We're talking very generally right now. Then we'll start building into very specific topics. I will put this content on YouTube. I'll try to get it out every night so that the next morning or late tonight, that night, it'll be there for you to review and share. I'll continue to do TikTok updates on slices of the kinds of topics and things. Make sure you're there. Guys, thank you so much for all the support. Make sure you are following me on TikTok, following me on Twitter, making sure that you're following here at the channel. If you have the ability to sub, awesome. Thank you. That's what will continue to allow us to keep growing. If you're just here as a follow, thank you so much. If you just want to lurk for a while and check things out, I appreciate that as well. Please make sure you are tuned into it all. I now have a wife and my entire life. Lost contact about 10 years as young adults. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Now you need couples gaming rigs. Yes. I am going to be incredibly active on Twitter now. Incredibly active on Twitter. All of the Delta V stuff will be coming back up online as well. How do you enter the gaming setup giveaway? Type in giveaway right here, or someone can do it, and you'll see exactly what it is. I'm working on getting her into, and I should. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, guys, let me officially wrap up this episode. Again, thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the questions. I'm now going to get into gameplay for the rest of the day. I'll be playing at least until 6 p.m., and then I'll probably hop off and then start getting this content out to you guys on these other channels. So you guys are awesome. Just know that I believe in the opportunities. I believe you can get to the opportunities. I believe if you stay plugged in here, you're going to get there faster. That's what Delta V is. It's a difference in velocity. How much faster can you get to those objectives with us versus doing it on your own? So we'll see you back here for Street Talk tomorrow at 10 a.m. Now I'm going to get into gaming. So if you want to see epic and amazing gaming, then you just need to stay and watch me, guys. Thank you so much for all of that. All right, that's the official end. So let me change my game title and screens and whatnot. And Delta V will be highlighting all the popular esports games as well as other battle royales. So they'll all be there. Let me change my stream info, because we're going to go from just chatting to playing some Warzone. All right, that's done. Let me go back to my live screen. All right, did you guys like that? Was that valuable? Awesome, Narco. How'd you guys like that? Is it valuable? Awesome. Thank you, Wayfarer. I hope it was valuable, because I'm going to keep doing it. Awesome. All right, then we're going to keep rocking it. Just make sure, spread the word, guys. Get people in here. Let's get them watching it. Let's get them engaging, because remember, so tomorrow is going to be, we're going to talk about starting in this industry, being in this industry, how you market yourself, things that you can and should do, and we'll keep things general, and over time we're going to get down to really nitty-gritty kind of stuff. All right, I owe a handstand. You do, Stang. Thank you so much. I always forget the link. I always forget the links in the description. I can't put that much in. I get blocked on OBS. Like, I can't put... I know. This is the stuff I need someone to help me with. Make sure all the links and everything are here. The music was too much? Okay, good to know. Good to know. It is absolutely going to help you, Narco. It's absolutely going to help you. That's the point. That's the point. The original toxic... You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let me go do my handstand hold. What? No, keep the music? I will. I'll keep it. We might turn it down a little bit. Sorry, that was kind of loud. All right, let me do my